You're listening to the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Each week, I'm going to be interviewing top realtors from coast to coast to give you a backstage pass on how they've created their amazing real estate empires and how you can copy them. Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Hey, my special guest today is from in the Greater Toronto area in Peel region. Is Sam Khangura. And Sam's been a longtime member, had lots of success with the Craig Proctor system, is mastered direct response advertising. And Sam, I'm so happy that you could join me here today to tell your story because you've done an unbelievable job. First of all, how are you doing today?
Excellent. Thanks a lot, Craig, for inviting me on this live stream.
You know, we were talking before we got started about all the success that you've had. So let's go back to the beginning. We're gonna take you on this amazing journey here today that Sam has had. Always a hardworking professional realtor. How did we meet? Let's start with how we met. What your business was like back before you met me, and what has happened since.
So, well, Craig, I started real estate business back in 2003. And from 2003 up till 2015, for first 12 years, my average transactions were like I was doing 15 to 20. And I did thousands and thousands of cold calls, knocked thousands and thousands of the doors. And for myself, like it was an excellent way. That's what I was thinking. And in 2015,
So what you're saying is you were a worker. I mean, you worked hard.
Exactly.
You made thousands, you prospected thousands and thousands of phone calls and door knocking. And what was happening in your business at that point?
So it was like stagnated. There was no growth. Like I was a good realtor, but to go beyond 20 transactions, for me, like it was hard. Like
so how many hours were you working to do 20, 25 transactions? How many hours were you, prospecting and working at this?
So 7 days a week, on average, spending 60 to 70 hours per week in real estate.
So that's a lot. So you were sacrificing, you were giving up quite a bit to do 20, 25 transactions.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
So how did you hear about me? How did you meet me? And let's talk about how the Craig Proctor approach is very different than what you were doing before and the quick results that you got.
Yeah. So well, like one day I went to my broker's office and I told him that, okay, you know what, I know you are getting a lot of inbound calls and I need my fair share out of those calls. Give me some leads. And he said, like, you know what, I don't have much to give it to you, but I can give you one suggestion. There is this guy, I don't know what he do, like he does something on computer and you would have more than enough business what you can handle. And I thought, okay, let's go and check it out. So the only difference was I went to the conference that was in August 2015 with full faith that, okay, now I should make it happen. And I still remember, like when the conference started, like in the very beginning, you showed there was a slide with heart on it. Achieve your heart desire.
The heart's desire. That's correct. Yeah, yes.
Your heart's desire.
Yeah.
And whatever you mentioned, like on that conference, I implemented each and everything. And you know what? Like in first 12 years of my life, when I did like thousands and thousands of cold calls and now thousands of doors, no one said thanks to me that thanks, Sam, you're calling me. Thanks, you're calling. You have knocked my door.
Yeah, and it's pretty much the opposite.
Yeah,
it's the opposite of thank you.
Exactly. So very first lead I generated, I called that person using your direct response marketing system.
Right.
And you know what? The person said thanks to me. In 12 years, that was first time I was calling someone says thanks to me. That thanks.
Right, because you were offering something they wanted, and you were calling them back to let them know that you were sending them the thing that they wanted. And you were met with thank you and appreciation instead of why are you bothering me? Okay, now, so you were excited, obviously, by these early results and the fact that you never had to make cold calls or door knock or any of that anymore. What happened to your business shortly thereafter, after attending your first Craig Proctor conference?
So after that conference, there was amazing growth. Like from one person, 20, 25 transaction, we grew like even at the COVID time in 2020. So in the team, we did 182 transactions.
Wow, 182.
Yeah, and that was only because of this family. And at that time, when COVID has it, like everyone was scared, and agents they stopped marketing. My coach at that time, Kristen Stephanie, she called me. She said, "Sam, you have to develop your
Keep advertising. That's right.
yeah, you have to
And
develop
that's
your
exactly what's happening in the market right
yeah,
now. We
yeah,
have a bit
exactly.
of a pullback. Most agents will stop. They'll pull way back, and Craig Proctor members will have their best year ever in
Yeah.
down markets. As you know, Craig Proctor members have their best years. Okay, so you doubled down on your marketing and advertising. This is now during COVID,
Yeah.
and now you're doing a couple hundred transactions a year. And how many hours are you working now? You said you were working like 60, 70 hours a week, making hundreds and hundreds of cold calls. What's your average day look like today?
So every day now is 35 hours
35 hours a week. Okay.
a week.
All right. And what is your role now? Are you still out with buyers and sellers? Are you delegating most of the buyer and seller appointments to the team?
I know my role right now is only training the OSS, ISS on the team. I do have 4 team leaders. So I'm training their teams and they are doing amazing job.
So it sounds like the big takeaway for you when you first met me was understanding the concept of leverage.
Exactly. Understanding.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we introduced you to direct response marketing. You started to generate an overflow of leads, of inbound leads, not outbound, but buyers and sellers calling you because you were now offering what they wanted. And then you got to the point where you couldn't physically go out in all the appointments yourself. So you started to grow your team.
Exactly.
Now, in case you didn't catch it at the beginning, folks, Sam is in Peel region. That's just west of Toronto. It includes Brampton, Mississauga, Caledon. So I want everyone to listen up. If you're in Sam's marketplace, you should definitely have a conversation with him about partnering up in some capacity, because this is what would happen. And I know a lot of you are like, well, I want to do my own thing, but check this out. If you got into real estate, the real reason you got into real estate is because you want to make more money and have more time and have more freedom. In other words, have a better life. You got 2 choices here. You can either do what Sam did and you can invest and grow your own super profitable sales team, or you could just join Sam's team, where I promise you would make more money, you'd work less, you'd have, way more freedom. And I'm going to explain how that works. Now, we're going to give you Sam's contact information. Again, if you're in Sam's marketplace in the west part of Toronto. Now, if you're not in Sam's marketplace, you want to do what Sam did. You want to reach out to me and we will have a conversation about your business, just like Sam and I did many years ago. Now, the way to book a call with me, we call it a breakthrough call, is you go to proctorcall.com. So my name, proctorcall.com. We'll have that info in the comments below, proctorcall.com. But basically, you go to my QD day timer. I want you to pick a day and a time that works for you. Book out an hour. And I'll do with you what we did with Sam. We'll introduce you to, first we'll ask you a bunch of questions about you and how you're doing it right now. And then we're going to ask you about where you want to go. What's your goal? The interesting thing, Sam, is people often know where they want to go and they know where they are right now. So when I ask them, if someone's doing 25 transactions like you were and they want to do 50, my obvious question is, well, why aren't you already doing 50? And their answer is, I don't know how to do it, right? Or they have a reason. I'm already working too hard. They have a reason why. So if you jump on a call with me, what I would do is I would listen, ask you a bunch of questions, listen to where you are in your business, how you're doing it right now, where it is you want to go. And for free, I would give you my advice on well, here's what I would change. Here what I would do. Now, why would I do this? The call is free because I want you to understand there is a way better approach for you. Now, if you would like to join up with me and have me as your coach, that would be great. But there's no obligation to do anything. Same thing with Sam here. If you're in the west part of Toronto, okay, you're in Brampton, Mississauga, or Caledon, you should pick up the phone. I'm going to explain how this deal works. If you're a real estate agent in Toronto, here's how this deal would work for you. Okay, so Sam has spent many years and a lot of money becoming a Craig Proctor student and really a student of direct response marketing. In other words, one of the things that Sam focuses on all day long, every day, is making it rain. He knows how to attract ready-to-act buyers and sellers. So many ready-to-act buyers and sellers that Sam physically couldn't go out on all the appointments. Now, I know that sometimes raises some eyebrows. You know, I know some of you may be skeptical. Well, that sounds too good to be true. But remember, this is just a phone call. You should actually check this out before you eliminate an opportunity. It's always wise to investigate it. So what Sam does is he has a team of licensed agents that work with him. Now, he needs more agents because he doesn't have enough people to handle all the buyers and sellers that are coming to him. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it's absolutely true. And you'll find this is very common all over Canada, the United States. If you look at these big Craig Proctor teams, they're always recruiting because the marketing is so powerful that we need the manpower to be able to handle the buyers and sellers. Now, this is what your life would look like if you were to partner up with Sam. It's pretty cool. So check this out. Sam spends all the money on the marketing and advertising. He focuses on that. In other words, you wouldn't have to worry about paying for leads or even where the leads come from. When you're part of Sam's team, you would open up your day timer every day on whatever hours you want to work. Let's say you don't want to work Friday night, you just block yourself out Friday night. But the more availability you have, the more appointments Sam's office, Sam's team is going to give you. Now, these are listing appointments. These aren't just leads. We're giving you listing appointments and we're giving you buyer appointments. But we don't just send you out on the appointments. We actually give you the presentations and we give you very specific training. Not only does Sam pay for all the marketing and generate the leads go to inside salespeople, by the way, that qualify all the buyers and sellers. So you, as an outside sales agent, you know when you go out to an appointment, it's actually a qualified, ready-to-act buyer and seller. Okay, so all you have to do, sounds so simple, is you check your day timer, you drive over to the address of the house for your appointment. You're going to use the Craig Proctor listing presentation, or if it's a buyer, the buyer presentation, and you're going to sign them to either a listing contract or a buyer contract. Then you're going to send the paperwork over to Sam's office. Sam has administrative people that are going to process everything for you. You don't even have to mess with that. You don't have to get the key cut. You don't have to take the pictures of the house. You don't have to make the feature sheets. You don't have to, install the key box. None of that. That's all taken care of by the admin team. Why? Because we want you out doing what you're best, making money, meeting with buyers and sellers. Now, if you're a good agent, okay, and you're a good fit, Sam would hire you. Okay, if he doesn't think that you could make hundreds of thousands of dollars doing this, he wouldn't, because he's got lots of realtors that he knows have good potential. So we're not just looking to, hire anybody. We're asking you right now, are you ambitious? Okay, now I have Sam Khangura's all over Canada, the United States. In every city in the United States, every city in Canada, we have Craig Proctor teams that are looking for agents that want to have more money, more time, and more freedom in their life. So first of all, before we go further, did I describe this opportunity correctly? Is there anything you want to add to this wonderful opportunity that you're providing agents in the west part of Toronto?
Yeah, no, exactly. So this is what we are providing, not the leads, but actual appointments and full training, how you can convert them to close that transaction. And the most important thing is how you can get referrals and repeat business.
Now this is working. Okay. Now, first of all, I want to talk about your referral stuff because you're giving more money away than what you were making when you started to charity. That's something I want to key in on. But before we go further, what would be the best way for realtors to contact you when we're done this interview? Even if they just want to I want to talk to Sam, is this even real? They want to verify your story, or they're interested in maybe having a conversation about partnering up with you in some capacity. What would be the best way for them to reach you, Sam?
So well, they can call my office, and the phone number is 905-451-3999, and send me an email, sam@teamsamkhangura.com, or check it out on Google, get my contact information, and definitely we can sit together. But one promise I will do, one meeting of 1 hour, it will generate at least, doesn't matter you're coming on my team or not, it will generate at least 2 more transactions.
Right. So just exactly. And the same thing with me. If you have a conversation with me or Sam, even if you decided, you know what, this isn't for me, we both promise you spending some time with us will enlighten you and make you aware of opportunities that perhaps you don't know about right now. It's almost like when you meet with Sam and I, once you hear this, you can't unhear it. Okay. Or once you see this, you can't unsee it. This is how a profitable real estate business is run. I don't know if you can see over my this shoulder here on the wall. There's a book that I wrote. You can get it on Amazon. It's called The Death of the Traditional Real Estate Agent and the Rise of the Super Profitable Real Estate Team. Now, I wrote this book about 8 years ago. And what's the thesis of the book? What's the book about? Well, what we predicted, and it was correct, is that it's going to be very difficult moving forward for a solo real estate agent to compete with these large, powerful, profitable teams. And what we predicted back 8 years ago is that you're either, as a solo agent, you're either going to start your own super profitable sales team to compete, or you're going to join someone else's. And this is the opportunity we're giving you today. If you want to grow your own team, you contact me and I'll show you what I showed Sam. We'll coach you up and we'll show you how to do this step by step. But if you're already in Sam's marketplace, there's no need to call Craig Proctor. Everything that you want to do in real estate right now in the west part of Toronto, it's already being done by Sam Khangura. He's already doing it. All you have to do is join forces, and I promise you'll make more, you'll work less, and you'll have more freedom. And if we all remember, that's why we got into real estate in the first place. Now, things are going so well that you have some worthy causes that you donate money to. I mean, when I first met you, if I was to say to you, you're going to donate tens and tens of thousands of dollars to charities, you probably wouldn't have believed that you'd be in a position to do that. But tell us about about how you donate a portion of every home you sell to this very worthy cause.
Yeah, no, exactly. Before joining Craig Proctor's system, I never thought that one day I will be able to donate that much money. And now this year we have committed 25,000 to donate to Sick Kids Foundation and 25,000 to our local charity. It's a food bank nights table. And
Very nice.
We go there, donate money, meet the people who need our help. Actually, when you're going there, you can see okay, these people, they need your help and you're giving back to the community. And let's if you're sitting with your prospect at the kitchen table doing the presentation, when it comes about the charity, when I tell them this is our agents, they are trained, and they tell them that, okay, you know what? So if you give me any client, so we'll donate money to this local food bank nights table so that they can feed at least 100 people. Just giving me name and phone number, you will be feeding 100 people at nights table who can't afford meal. And you know what the sad part? 40% of them, they are below the age of 10.
Yeah. It's,
And this,
it's how many of you would agree that that would be a nicer way to help people in your community and get more referrals as well. It's a lot nicer conversation when it comes to. Let me explain what I'm talking about. When I started in real estate, they're always like, you got to get referrals, you got to get referrals. I found that really uncomfortable. How many of you are like that? You feel kind of it feels kind of awkward or self-serving when you're saying to buyers or sellers or relatives or just friends, hey, do you know anybody? Or what do they teach us? The biggest compliment you can give me is to refer somebody to me, as if buyers and sellers are running around thinking about how they can compliment Craig. I just found it very awkward. I found it very uncomfortable, self-serving. And then some of us, if someone gives us a referral, we'll give them a bottle of wine, or we'll give them, a gift certificate to our restaurant. So it almost felt like, if you do something for me, I'm going to do something for you. It was a trade. So that's not what we teach Craig Proctor system members. What Sam's able to do now, when he's sitting at the kitchen table, after he gets a home listed, or after he signs a buyer to a buyer agency agreement, he's going to say, and by the way, anybody that you should refer to me, buyer or seller, I'm going to donate a portion of that commission to this charity. Okay, I'm going to help Sick Kids Hospital here in Toronto. I'm going to donate a portion. And here's why that's important. And Sam would talk about, this is why I have an affinity, a relationship with Sick Kids Hospital, to help all these kids that have debilitating diseases. Or we're going to donate money to the local food bank, where we can help hundreds and hundreds of people, where, as Sam said, a lot of them are under 10 years of age. And so you're talking about something you believe in. How many of you would agree, if you were talking about a worthy cause, something that you really believed in, and you said to buyers and sellers, hey, if you feel I'm doing a good job and you do refer anybody to me, I'm going to donate a portion of my commission to, and then you fill in the blank. What's your worthy cause going to be? It might be, for some of you, it might be, someone in your family was touched by cancer, or it might be the Heart and Stroke Foundation, right? It could be maybe you're an animal lover. It could be the Humane Society. So I want you to think right now, you've learned something right here on this call, right here listening to us now, that if you plug yourself into something that you really believe in, we can design your marketing and your words, the words that come out of your mouth. When you're in a presentation, you're meeting with buyers and sellers, we'll show you right away how to get more referrals and feel really good about it. So Sam wins, obviously, when he gets more referrals. The client wins because the client gets Sam's extraordinary service. Every time Sam sells someone a home, he saved that client from having an ordinary or less than ordinary experience with one of his competitors. But also, your worthy cause would win, whether it be the local Sick Kids Hospital, whether it be feeding homeless people, whether it be the local Humane Society, the Cancer Society, the Heart and Stroke Foundation. I want all of you to think right now, well, what would be important to me? Because I know if you're talking about something that's important to you, it's not awkward. It's something you really believe in. Where normally what we're trained in this industry to do is say, hey, do you know anybody? Do you know anybody? And it is very uncomfortable. And that's why a lot of us, don't get as many referrals as we should. So Sam, that's just one great example of one marketing system from the Craig Proctor system. We have systems for everything, for generating leads, for the presentations, for follow-up. Well, this is our worthy cause referral marketing system that Sam has benefited from. Let's look into the future now, Sam.
Yep.
What's going to happen a year from now? Where do you see yourself a year from now, 2 years from now?
So, my heart desire is to have at least 10 team leaders and to whom we can train. So that is a goal. So we want to achieve in the next 2 years, right?
Explain to everybody what a team leader is, and you want 10 of them. Explain this concept so everyone understands it, because maybe not everyone's familiar with the structure of your business.
So when if you go join a traditional brokerage, like their intention is that you should stay as a realtor for the whole life, and there is no opportunity for you to grow, right? If you're coming to our team, and I have no intention that you should stay as an outside sales agent for the whole life. And if you want to copy my model, so we can help you, and you can set up your own team and do exactly like as I copied what Greg did so many years back, and I was successful. You can do it the same way, right? And it's an amazing way. Like you are giving opportunity for the other people to grow, right? So,
would everyone agree that when's the last time you've been to a real estate agent's retirement party? Right? It doesn't happen. So in real estate, the tendency is we get into the business, we look around at the way everyone else does it, and we just assume, okay, this is all there is. You work and you work and you work at this until you can't work anymore. And so you're not really building any equity. The minute that you leave real estate, all the goodwill, all the relationships, everything that you worked really hard at for the last 10 or 15 or 20 years, it just kind of evaporates. We want to give real estate agents potential to grow and to leverage their abilities. So you could start off on Sam's team as an inside sales agent or an outside sales agent. And over time, you could become a team leader where you have outside sales agents and inside sales agents working under you. And, you're leveraging your income, and, you've got more time and more freedom in your life. That's what we should be striving for. I don't know too many people, Sam, that wake up in the morning and say to themselves, oh, I want to do a worse job today than I did tomorrow. I don't know anybody that does that.
Yep.
But I know a lot of people that think about, wouldn't it be great to figure out how to do a better job today? Wouldn't it be great if I could serve more people and I could leverage my talents and my abilities? I could learn how effective marketing works instead of doing what everyone else does, which is wasting money on ineffective ads, buying leads that aren't leads at all, wasting their time knocking on doors and cold calling. Have you ever asked yourself, there's got to be a better way? How do these top real estate agents all over the United States and Canada, we know they're out there, they make millions of dollars a year. Well, Sam was curious about this. He was curious enough to investigate this. And here we are today. Okay. Now, Sam sees the vision. There would be, I don't even have to ask him, hey, Sam, would you ever consider going back to how you used to do it? Never. Once you see this, you can't unsee it. Once you hear it.
Scary.
Right. So that's what I would, a conversation with me or Sam, I promise you this, it would be enlightening to the fact that when you're done the conversation, okay, be prepared for this. You would never be prepared to continue doing business as you're doing it now. I promise you this. And why is that? Because once you know of a better way to make more money and have more time and more freedom, you're not going to keep doing what you're doing. Nobody would do that, right? Because it would cause a lot of frustration. If I ever said to Sam, hey, Sam, you can't use any of the Craig Proctor system, you've got to go back and do what you were doing, it would cause massive frustration and depression because he has experienced, he's aware of a better way to do things. Yeah. So we're all familiar with the concept of paradigms. Okay, paradigms are other people's habits. You know, when we started the interview, Sam talked about a slide with a picture of a heart on. Okay, it's got a picture, big red heart. And I start all my conferences off talking about this heart's desire that I know we all have. Okay, yours will be different than mine, but you have one. There's something that you really want. And every once in a while, our heart's desire pops into our conscious mind. You know, it stays in the subconscious, but every once in a while, our heart's desire, the things we really desire in life, the things we really want, pops into our conscious mind, and it nags at us and says, I want this, I want this, I want this. Now, you want to know what we've been taught to do? We've been taught to suppress our heart's desire, to think, oh, that's for somebody else. You know, somebody else can have that. I mean, if you look at a lot of people, Sam, if they walk into a clothes store, the very first thing they do is look at the price tag.
Yeah.
They're not getting what they, they're asking, well, can I afford this? Not how do I get it? But, the truth is somebody owns the entire store. And because somebody owns the store, that's positive proof that we could all not just buy the shirt, we could own the entire store. So I became fascinated with paradigms. I became fascinated with why do we do the things that we do? We know we can do better, right? A lot of us wake up and do things we don't even like to do, right? We know we can do better, but we stick with doing it the same way. We do things we don't like. It gets us results that we don't want. And the crazy thing is we wake up the next day and repeat it. Those are paradigms. So this is what I did with Sam. Basically, if we could put it into words, it kind of looked like this. When Sam came to my first conference, Sam had all these beliefs about real estate, right? Think about it. This is for all of you, right? All the years you've been in real estate, all the crap they taught us to do of this is how it works. And the other thing we do when we get into real estate is we look around at what all the other agents are doing. So we have a belief system, an internal belief system is this is how you sell real estate. This is how it works based on our own failures, our own perceptions, what we see everybody else doing, right? And here's Sam working 70 hours a week and he's getting 25 transactions. Now, Sam, at that point, you're probably thinking, well, that's normal. Everyone else in my office, they're all unhappy as well. They're all working 60, 70 hours a week. And actually 25 is pretty good when you compare it to the other agents in the office. So this is the problem. We want to pull you out of this, folks. It's pick up the phone and get on with Sam and have a conversation. It's okay to be skeptical. Jump on a call with me. It's absolutely, it's prudent to be skeptical. Nobody wants to be foolish, but do not let your preconceived notions, do not let your skepticism stand in the way of what could be an amazing opportunity for you. Check it out. What's the worst thing that can happen? You jump on a call with us. If you're not completely blown away and enlightened, you just say, well, there's nothing really to this. That's fine. You've eliminated it. And you just go back to whatever you're doing. But what if this is true? What if Sam's story is true? He's a good, hardworking realtor here in the west part of Toronto who is working 70 hours a week to get 25 transactions a year. And that's what he knew. And that's what he did year in and year out. He traded 70 hours every week away from his family, away from the people that loved him. He can never get that time back, but neither can you. You see, time is a lot more valuable than money. We can always make more money, but we can't get more time. So the biggest gift I can give to all of you that are watching this right now is to take a chance on you. Don't be a naysayer. Don't be skeptical. You've heard about me. I've created more millionaire real estate agents than any other coach, trainer, or guru in the industry. The first millionaire I created in real estate was me. Okay, I've actually done all of this. And if you're in Toronto, I did it right here, as you know, for over 20 years. Nobody sold more homes for Remax in the world. Nobody sold more homes in Canada. You don't have to invent anything. All you got to do is what Sam did. Sam said, well, maybe I'll check this guy out. Let's see what happens. And here we are years and years later. So you're going to see these super profitable Craig Proctor teams all over the United States, all over the Canada. They're looking for help. They're looking for good agents because we're going to grow. And we'll do this with you or without you, but we'd love for you to investigate this amazing opportunity. We will teach you how it all works. We will promise you to give you a very enlightening description of what your world could look like if you were to get involved with us. The phone call is free. Again, you can go to proctorcall.com, no space, just Proctor Call, my name, proctorcall.com, pick a day and a time. Sam, give us your phone number one more time.
Yeah, 905-451-3999.
Yeah, or just Google them. And we'll put all the information below in the comments, okay?
Yeah.
And we hope that you've enjoyed our time here today. Sam is a busy guy. I appreciate him coming here and sharing his success. He didn't have to do that. He could have kept it all to himself. But he understands with the Craig Proctor system, there is no scarcity. Okay, that he lives in abundance. So he's out to spread the word and to grow his team. And we hope that you've enjoyed our interview here today. Now, if you have any questions as well, you can type them into the comments below. You can also call my office toll free at 1-800-538-1034. That's 1-800-538-1034. Now, one more thing before we wrap it up. I am doing a big, massively huge conference in Anaheim, California at the end of September. Okay, now there will be 1,000 Craig Proctor members and some non-members. So if you're not part of the Craig Proctor system, if you're new to me, we invite you to come and join us. Now, if you can't make it to California, we have a virtual option as well. So we'll be streaming the entire California 3-day event, and you can watch it from home. Now, the way for you to get information on the content, the speakers, the agenda, and a 100% money back guarantee. That's right. You can attend either in person or virtually. 3 days with me. If you're not blown away, I'll just give you all your money back. That's how confident we are. So to get information on the upcoming conference, that's at the end of September, you go to craigproctorseminar.com. All one word, okay, no spaces, craigproctorseminar.com. It's a really awesome landing page. You'll see all kinds of information, but exactly what you're going to learn, the sessions, the agenda, everything you want to know about coming to a Craig Proctor conference, just like Sam did. That's where it all began. So Sam, final thoughts before we wrap up our interview today.
So I would like to share a mistake which I did 18 years ago. So that one mistake has cost me millions and millions of dollars. In 2004, like the same way like Craig, he was just mentioning that you should join this 3-day conference. So I had a chance to join that 3-day conference, but I asked my fellow realtor that, does it work? The person said no, like, because he might win there and he do have this different mindset and you have different mindset. And I listened to him and I decided not to invest 3 days. And now I'm thinking that, like, imagine like I could join Craig Proctor system in 2004. I could make millions and millions of.
How many millions of dollars do you think that decision was? So everybody get that? Sam was going to go to one of my conferences back in 2004, but instead he asked another realtor what they thought. Yeah. What should I do? Should I go? And the other realtor's like, nah. And here we are. So years went by where you could have been involved. Imagine how many years did that cost you of continuing to do what you're doing? And imagine where you would be today with that much of a head start.
Yeah. And these live events, they are amazing. Like after joining the program, I never missed a single conference. Like went to all the live events only during the COVID time, like it was virtual, but every time we go there, it adds another 50 to 100,000 to your business. If you are a Craig Proctor's system member, you must go to the live event, right? And if you're not a member, then you must go, because don't do a mistake, which I did, and it has cost me millions of dollars. You must attend it.
You know, it's funny because a lot of real estate agents are like, well, the last thing I want to do is go to a seminar because their experiences, maybe they've been to one of their franchise seminars and, it's a bunch of entertainment, which is nice. Entertainment's nice. Maybe the content's not that great. Folks, this is not about entertainment. This is not about motivation. This is not a normal real estate seminar in any way at all. It's not like your franchise seminar or the events that other, so-called gurus or trainers put on. This is myself and millionaire realtors explaining exactly to the detail what we do and how we do it. See, a lot of people talk about getting rich in real estate, but very few of them have actually got rich selling real estate. That's why if you've had other coaches in the past, you've noticed when you ask them the specifics of how to do the things to actually implement the ideas, they can't give you the specifics because they're literally talking about something they've never done. I promise you this, at our conference, myself, all the speakers that you're going to hear from are making millions of dollars specifically doing exactly what we're teaching you to do. We give you the details. Your questions will be answered. If you don't know how to specifically do whatever someone's talking about, it's really kind of useless information. We understand that. You're not coming to this conference to collect ideas. You're coming to this conference because you want to learn how to implement, right? So there's a lot of learning and people running around learning and watching stuff on YouTube and running around to a bunch of seminars. But at the end of the day, they're not actually implementing and earning money. That's what this conference is about. Again, you have my better than risk-free money back guarantee. You come to the conference for 3 days. If you're not blown away, I don't care why you don't like it. If you just say, I don't like it, we'll just give you your money back. That's how good it is. And the reason we're able to give that guarantee is hardly anyone ever requests a refund, but that protection is there. In fact, we guarantee that you will be absolutely thrilled, or we'll make it right for you. So we're going to wrap this up. I want to thank you again, Sam Khangura, Toronto West. Okay, Sam is in Peel Region. He serves Brampton, Mississauga, and Caledon. If you've been touched by this interview, don't be shy. Reach out to either Sam or myself. Again, we'll have all our contact information below because we have something here for you. If you'll be open-minded and we could have a discussion, ask you a few questions, we'll show it to you. We'll explain how it works. If for whatever reason it's not for you, well, at least you've investigated. There's no downside to having a conversation. That's where all good things start. So Sam, I want to thank you again for taking time out of your super busy schedule to do this. I know we're going to see big things from you the rest of this year and going forward. And I want to wish you continued success.
Thanks a lot, Craig. Thanks to the whole team. And you guys are working hard for all of us in Canada and USA. So thanks. I really appreciate all your help.
And I'd like to thank everyone that's watched our interview here today. Thank you for taking whatever we've been on, a half an hour or 40 minutes of your life to be with us. I hope you found this beneficial. The Craig Proctor Real Estate Show, we run them every single week. You're going to see me interviewing Craig Proctor superstars from all over the United States and Canada. Let us know your feedback. Let us know what you liked. Again, if you want to contact me, you can go to craigproctor.com, okay? Or you could call my office toll free at 1-800-538-1034. Information about the Anaheim, California Super Conference can be found at craigproctorseminar.com. And you can book a personal call with me and my team about how all this works and how it could work for you for free. We'll do a Zoom meeting and we'll have a little interview and ask you a bunch of questions and explain to you how you can have more money and more time and more freedom in your life. Go to proctorcall.com right now and book your free call with Craig and his team. So thanks everybody for watching this. Sam, thank you again. We'll get you back on here and we'll be following your results closely. This is real estate coach, Craig Proctor. Thanks everybody for watching. That's the end of today's interview.
Thanks.
Hi, this is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are two important things, and both are totally free. Number one is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube, It's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's going to let you know every time I load new money-making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.